Now, it's my pleasure to introduce our own Minnesota Senator, Amy Klobuchar. Senator Klobuchar is the first woman elected to represent the state of Minnesota in the United States Senate. She's been a really ardent public servant. She has always embraced the values that are very, very Minnesota, Midwestern, and she has been a tireless advocate for the state and for our country, participating in numerous bipartisan bills, legislature, as well as advocating for healthcare across the country. With that, Senator Klobuchar wanted to be here in person. However, as you know, budget discussions are happening at the federal level, and she couldn't be here. So she has sent us a recorded message, which we'll play for you.
Hello to all the healthcare professionals, entrepreneurs, researchers, policymakers, and educators at the Humphrey School of Public Affairs. You know, just so you guys know, Humphrey School is where I had my wedding reception. It was brand new, and we had balloons all over the lobby area. And well, now every time you walk through there, you're going to be like, oh, this is romantic. But that's where I had my first dance for my wedding. So we continue on. I want to thank the U of M Data Science Initiative and the Health AI Institute for the opportunity to be part of this Healthcare AI Summit. As you all know, our state is the world leader in medical innovation, and I am committed to making sure we keep that title for generations to come. Today, that means harnessing the power of AI to identify new diseases and strengthen healthcare. We've already seen the opportunities that AI provides, but we know we have to also put in guardrails and be really responsible about how we use it. In labs around the world, scientists are using AI to search among existing medicines for treatments that work for diseases, from cancer to neurological conditions to some of the rarest conditions. Researchers at the U of M are using AI to study and prevent heart issues that can develop after breast cancer treatment. And 2 recent studies have shown how AI tools are helping to improve maternal health after new moms leave the hospital. And we have seen that the pace of these innovations are going to increase dramatically. They already are. In 2015, the FDA approved 6 medical devices that use AI. That number jumped to over 200 in 2023. Opportunities like these are why I want to make sure Minnesota's medical and public health professionals can harness the power of emerging tech like AI for good, not for bad, to better meet the needs of patients while keeping their sacred promise to first do no harm. That means acknowledging that AI brings opportunities as well as risks. The columnist David Brooks put it well when he wrote, "The people in AI seem to be experiencing radically different brain states all at once." He said, "I found it incredibly hard to write about AI because it is literally unknowable whether this technology is leading us to heaven or hell." So let's go with heaven. But to do that, we need guardrails that acknowledge it can be both. And my colleagues on both sides of the aisle do agree. In the Senate, I focused on addressing the significant risks AI poses without stifling innovation and working to preserve trust in business and government as we all adapt to this rapidly advancing technology. I've teamed up with Majority Leader John Thune on a bill to set up guardrails for the riskiest non-defense applications of AI. Defense will be handled in a different way. This bill would create baseline accountability for AI deployment in high-risk areas like assisting law enforcement and managing critical energy infrastructure. This is important because we need to be able to keep pace with AI-enhanced cyber threats. And you know that the healthcare sector is particularly vulnerable to cyber threats. We've sadly already seen some of that. The bill boosts transparencies for patients on a health provider or payers' use of AI systems. And it also bolsters research, development, and consumer education. That education piece matters. For people to benefit from AI, they need to understand how to use the tools, and they need to understand their limits. Our bill, the AI Research, Innovation, and Accountability Act, actually passed the Senate Commerce Committee last year, and I'm working with Leader Thune to reintroduce the legislation this Congress. By setting up some reasonable rules of the road for AI use, we can meet the needs of more patients, discover more treatments, and save more lives. As you know, the story of our state is a story of entrepreneurship and innovation. We brought the world everything from the Post-it note to the pacemaker. And of course, the story of Earl Bakken tinkering around in his garage and launching Medtronic is the stuff of Minnesota legend. Minnesotans are making breakthroughs every day that bring us closer to a world where every disease is diagnosed early, quickly, and accurately, and has a viable, effective, and safe treatment. That's what we want. We need to keep that momentum going, and that's why, like all of you, I always keep my eyes on the future. Investing in AI research and other kinds of research today paves the way for treatments and cures of tomorrow. And Minnesota companies and public institutions must continue to be the ones leading the way. That's why I'm in favor of not cutting back, but increasing NIH grants and funding. That's why I'm in favor of making sure we have adequate personnel at the FDA and at other agencies that would approve innovative devices. If we start going backwards when we are on the cusp with AI and other technology of actually the next great discoveries and leading the world to solve diseases we never thought were curable, that would be bad. So we don't want to move backwards. And that means continuing to push for AI governance, yes, but also for research, making sure we have the people that can do the work. And to me, that means some immigration reform and being really smart about how we do that. And also making sure our government works for all of you. That's why the summit and your collaboration is critical for maintaining our state's competitive edge, for improving our healthcare system and outcomes for patients, for the future of AI governance, ethics, and yes, practical applications. Enjoy the rest of the summit. Thanks, everyone.